Time for the race-by-race preview for Happy Valley coming up on Wednesday night. We're racing on the Sea course. The weather is expected to be fine. Paul Lally's alongside me to look at each and every one of the 9 races, and the first kicks off at 6:40, and it is a Class 5 over the 1200 metres with Triumphant Warrior dropping in grade. Winning Heart, a winner in this grade 2 runs ago. Tegepi coming into Class 5 for the second time. Modest Gentleman's never won course and distance. Ragnar never won here in Hong Kong. Super Eagle, So Awesome, hasn't won for a long time. Ever Smart, the prime's being disappointing. Woodfire Champ, hood off, and the tongue ties off with the visor being reapplied. Almighty Kick, Multi-Darling, blinkers on first time, cheek pieces dispensed of. So Awesome, he got close last start. Paul, he's drawn low here once again.
Yeah, barrier 3, so I think he can just go straight to the front. Ragnar's led in the past, and some of his best races is when he has led, but from barrier 1, I think he'd be happy enough just to sit him behind. But if Hugh Bowman doesn't want to lead, then Ragnar's the alternative. Winning Heart's going to be right there with the Woodfire Champ. Tegepi back to Multi-Darling, the Prime, and Super Eagle. Now, he used to go forward in his races, but from barrier 11, I think he's going to have to go all the way back.
First replay here is going to highlight So Awesome and also Multi-Darling, who was 5th, Ragnar 6th, and the Prime 10th. He's not won for a long time, Paul, has So Awesome, but when he did win, it was some 12 points higher than what he's rated now.
Yeah, so he is rated to win, but he's had plenty of chances since. I think he'll get another good chance here. He'll go in the numbers for me, So Awesome. But he's hard to have on a win line. Ragnar's going to get a lot better run, I think, from barrier number 1. And I really like the way he was finishing off strongly here. Actually, it was a better run from Multi-Darling along the inside there, but I didn't include him.
Yeah, the 5-year-old's got blinkers on for the first time here in Hong Kong, does Multi-Darling. We move on to have a look at Modest Gentleman now, and he's only had 1 second placing from 14 runs, course and distance. Normally, his best go has been the 1,000 here at the Valley.
Yeah, and he's got barrier 10 as well, so there's a lot against Modest Gentleman coming into this race. Look, I didn't include him in the end. I prefer him over 1,000 from a lower draw. Up to this 1,200, barrier 10 is going to make it really difficult, I think, for him. So, look, it wasn't a bad run here, but this is a lot different, this race.
Yeah, I thought he ran reasonably well there at Sha Tin, but Sea course, short run of the first turn, 1,200 metres, I think makes it difficult for him this week. On we go to Tegepi, and he's a well-rated horse, Paul. 55 his last win. He's off 36 here for Cody Moe and Harry Bentley. He's coming out of a trial where he ran 4th here behind the horse in the blue cap, Lightness of Music.
Yeah, who did come out and win on the weekend on debut. Again, look, he's coming back from a Sha Tin run where he didn't run very good at all towards the back. That was his first run back in Class 5. This will be his second. He's getting on in age now. Look, I'm happy to watch him. He's just been out of form for me for too long.
One more to look at, and it is a trial of Winning Heart up at Chung Fa, and he ran 4th in this trial. He's a 2-time winner from 32. Paul, a 6-year-old, doesn't win out of turn. Of course, he won in this grade 2 starts ago. Do you fancy him Wednesday night?
Yeah, I do, actually, because he's got a lot better draw. I think he's drawn 12 at his last 2 starts, and he did manage to win from barrier number 12. He's drawn barrier number 4. He is a Class 4 winner. In Class 5, so you know, he's more than capable on his day, and he had excuses last time from that wide draw. It wasn't a bad run. I thought the trial was okay. It's not an overly strong race, so I did side with him in the end.
Okay, that is Winning Heart for Tony Cruz and Alexi Bedell. He's on top. Who's 2nd, 3rd, 4th?
Yeah, we'll put him on top. We'll put Ragnar in from the low draw, barrier number 1. So Awesome. So sort of a lead trail scenario there. And then Woodfire Champ, another one who should get a nice run from his draw as well. And I can see him putting himself right on the pace there. And the visor does come on, so there's a bit going on with him. 2, 5, 7 and 10.
Those are the selections for the first, the Chester Handicap, and the first of 9 is underway at 6:40. Race number 2 is the opening leg of the first double trio, and it is the Hereford Handicap Class 4, 1,200 metres. With at the top Charming Babe. Tongue ties off, he's dropping in grade. When he was last in Class 4, he was a winner. Natural High has done most of his racing on the all-weather apart from 4 runs on the turf, 3 of them at the Valley. Heroic Master, Monarch County's got the blinkers going on. My Day, My Way drawn 8. Fortune Warrior better last start. New Power ran 3rd after winning 2 starts ago. Flying Rote back in trip. Golden Friendship didn't like the good to yielding surface last time out. The cheek pieces are off. Telecom Power, Bling Bling Genius blinkers on. Colonel up for start 81. Speed here, Paul. He's the speed Colonel.
He normally does. That's how he runs his races, Colonel. My Day My Way went forward and did a long sustained run last start. I think he can get outside, just make that run a bit earlier. Natural High, when they had the Prentice claim on, used to really jump out the gates there on the weather. To see how he goes on the turf now from barrier 2. New Power is going to get a tricky run, I think, from barrier number 9. Charming Babe's downgraded. Fortune Warrior should get his opportunity. And Monarch County from a wide draw has those blinkers on, but from barrier 12, a few bowmen aboard. Expect him to go back.
My Day, My Way. I hardly thought this was the strongest Class 4 going around that he comes into on Wednesday night, and did a good job here considering the ground he covered. Of course, Telecom Power back in the field here, ran 8th.
Yeah, he did. He's sort of gone a little bit back with Telecom Power because he did win the previous start. My Day, My Way's going the right way, there's no question. He was wide and he made the run from about the 600 metre mark or even further back. So it was a long sustained run from him, and he just got pit right on the post by Young Arrow, who ran around in our last race. So look, I think he can win this.
Yeah, he's definitely a winner, and waiting is My Day, My Way. Horse that's been racing well for Michael Chang is New Power, but it's just a matter of where he ends up. He led last time out. I think they eventually get around outside the leader, don't they? Yeah,
they do. They're going to have to work to get there though from that wide draw. So look, he was on the cusp for me, but because he is in good form. He did win 2 starts ago, then ran 3rd at his last start. But just from that barrier number 9 with Colonel in the race, who has got lots of pace, just might find it a bit tricky.
Okay, that's the verdict on New Power. What about Heroic Master, who's got an awful record course and distance? 0 from 6 course and distance, Heroic Master, and he's actually been a bit of a tricky horse to catch, hasn't he?
He has, definitely has. He looked really good early in his career. He's drawn barrier 11 as well. As you say, all his wins and all his best runs have been over 1,000 metres. A little bit similar to Modest Gentleman in the first. You know, I just wonder, is he at the wrong distance here? There's probably no other suitable race for him, so they're having a crack over 1,200. But I didn't put him in for his course and distance record.
And he's, I think, difficult to have as well from stall number 11. Chased home Jumbo Treasure in a recent trial, and of course he was able to win on Sunday at Sha Tin. Selections race 2.
Going to go with the 5 here on top. I think this horse here, My Day, My Way, is ready to win. The downgraded Charming Babe goes in for 2nd. Did run off a 56 rating. That was in this grade. So he's slightly higher than that at this stage of his career, but he's still in the right grade. We'll give Monarch County a chance, even though he's drawn wide with those blinkers on. We'll see if that sharpens up. And we have seen a good turn of foot when he did win his race, albeit on a rain-affected track. And Fortune Warrior, another one who has got a bit of pace and is drawn barrier number 3, 5146.
Will it be the day, or as it is the night, for My Day, My Way? We'll find out in race number 2 at Happy Valley. Sit down for 10 minutes past 7. Righto, here's the 3rd section of the Hereford Handicap. It's a Class 4 over the 1,200 metres, race number 3. And the lineup with Fun Elite, who's dropping back in grade, Zach Purton and Benno Jung. Flying Tinglock, 4th over the 1,000 last start. Super Love for cheek pieces on for the first time. Thunder Prince narrowly defeated by Bits Superstar last start. Written Casa, you've got Amazing Victory, cheek pieces on, 934 days since he's won. Victor the Rapid, 2nd last start to Autumn Delight. Lucky King up for start 4. Glory Cloud blinkers on. Volcanus Winning Money hasn't run since this meeting last year, and you've got Super Charizard, who's off a rating of 41. Speed here, Fun Elite, he can go forward, a bit luckless in the straight last start.
Yeah, no luck did he, and look, Zach Purton aboard up to 1,200. He's got speed over 1,000. I think he'll just go and try and lead. Winning Money has gone forward in his recent trials as well. As you say, hasn't raced for a while though. Super Love likes to put himself right there. He's drawn a lot better in barrier number 2. He's drawn well in barrier 2. Flying Tinglock has shown pace. He's drawn awkwardly in 9 though. Volcanus, Super Charizard, Thunder Prince, and then back to Written Casa. And Victor Rapid with a wide draw. A lot better run from him last time. I think he's going to have to go back.
Let's have a look at Victor the Rapid. You mentioned there, Paul, he was much better last time out. He was a fair way back in the field here. Of course, this race was won by Autumn Delight. He wanted to lay out a little bit in the straight, but really finished off strongly here last time out.
Yeah, I've included him in the numbers because he's He's obviously on the improve, as you can see. He stretched out really nicely once he got into the clear. He's just going to give these horses a bit of a start. That's the issue here in this race. But look, he was doing his best work late. The winner had it all wrapped up, though.
Certainly did. As we move to Thunder Prince, who was narrowly defeated last time out. Here he is, Super Charizard. Now, he drew gate 9 last start. He's drawn a better gate, so I think he's worth including because he's won off a rating higher than this in the past, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, definitely. And he's got that light weight from barrier number 4. So, look, I did like the run, though, of Thunder Prince in this race. He's always threatened to do this. He's a horse that does work well. He's drawn 8 with Hugh Bowman aboard, so he'll be trying to slot in midfield, and he wasn't beaten far either.
My apologies, Super Charizard, 1 off 39. He's rated 41 for this, so both of his wins have been in Class 5. You've got Volcanus. See, he had the trail every chance last time out, but 1 from 24, 7 seconds doesn't really fill you with a great deal of confidence.
No, I didn't put him in the end, Volcanus. But look, he is racing in good fettle at the moment. He's getting down on the ratings, back down to a 45 rating. So if he drops down to Class 5, that's probably his go. He's had 16 goes in this class, and he has run second a few times, but he just can't seem to win.
No, just couldn't get past Mega Bonus there in that particular race. One more to highlight, and it's the class dropper at the top there, Fun Elite, who was quite unlucky in this race at Sharton, down the straight last time out behind Majestic Express, who has trialled very well on Tuesday morning at Sharton. Zach Purton, Benno Jung. Zach's had 1 ride aboard this horse for a second 2 runs ago. Yeah,
and this is a lot easier for this horse coming back into Class 4 here. And he was in Class 4 2 starts ago when he ran a close second behind Dancing Classics on debut. He's been running against some pretty good horses, the likes of Kaholo Angel, who keeps winning, Lifeline Express, Dream Winner, who was an upset win. And with no luck, you could see by the time he got out, the race was all over. Down in grade, Zach Purton aboard. He looks tough to beat for me.
OK, so here's your idea of the winner?
Yeah, we're going to put him on top. This horse, Fun Elite, good ride there for Zach Purton. Super Love. Now, we didn't talk about him. The cheek pieces will go on him for the first time. He's back to 1,200, I think is the key for this horse. He's been running over 1,400 metres. Dennis Yip, the trainer there. Then Thunder Prince, who ran second in his last start, and as did Victor the Rapid. But I think one can win this. 1, 3, 4, 7.
Paul with Fun Elite to win race number 3. And race number 3 is the first leg of the early treble races 3, 4 and 5. Up to 16.54, race number 4, and it is Class 4 with the lineup kicking off with Galaxy Witness. Is he going to win another race, Galaxy Witness? He's dropped £25 for this as well. The Azure, Brenton Avdallah and Frankie Law. You've got Chain of Gold, who last won at this meeting last year off a rating of 61. He's rated 59 here. Good Luck Win. Further down, Amazing Awards being consistent. Namjon Kingdom, cheek pieces on for Chris So. Satirical Fan, and you've got Nebraskan, who's 0 from 19. Jubilant Winner, Fortune Star, Amazing Run, and Wah May YY down at the bottom, who's 0 from 14. Satirical Fan, easy lead for him, or is he going to get a bit of a challenge from Wah May YY?
I think he will get the challenge from Wah May YY. I think eventually cross him, but if Wah May YY, it's a mouthful, isn't he, wants to hold on with a light weight, he's got barrier 5, Wah May YY, whereas the other horse there, Satirical Fan, has drawn barrier number 6. So they are drawn alongside each other. Good luck. When Nebraskan's led over shorter distances in the past, but from his draw, he might try and slot in. Chain of Gold's coming into this grade for the first time. He should get his opportunity. Galaxy Witness hasn't won for a long time. He can go back there with Amazing Run. And Fortune Star, not a bad run from him last time, but he has drawn wide.
You're welcome to come up at 8 for a go with Wah May YY if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
On the 8th floor. OK, let's have a look at the key races here for this race, and we'll kickstart it with, of course, Amazing Award, who's been consistent. Fortune Star ran on a bit late, the Azure, and Satirical Fan here. I personally quite like Amazing Award because he's consistent, he's drawn well, stable's firing up nicely, and wasn't the worst here behind Sky Vino. No,
good run. Yeah, definitely goes in for me. I'm going to put the Azure in as well because he got down on the inside without too much room there in the end. So he's another one that does run well over the course and distance and was under a big hold there at the end. So both those two were good.
Okay, amazing run now. He doesn't win out of turn, only one win from 20 for him. Jubilant Winner made some ground after settling a fair way back here. Cheek pieces off, visor being reapplied, but I thought he had every chance here. Amazing run.
Yeah, he did. Look, I haven't put him in. Amazing run. On a minor line, I'm going to put in Jubilant Winner, though, because I like the way he run home here. This is only his third go here at Happy Valley as well. So he's just been getting used to the course, and wouldn't be surprised to see him run into a very minor placing.
Let's look at some track work of Chain of Gold now. As a reference before, he won this meeting last year. He won as a horse with 1,037 pounds. He's only 3 pounds higher than that. They've slowly built him up. This looks a good opportunity for him. Does look a really good race for him, doesn't he? He's drawn 2 as well, so he can be slightly higher in the sort of slightly more forward in the race. And also, one of the things is his first time into Class 4. He's never been in this class before. Who are you siding with here? We'll go with him. Jack Purton aboard, downgraded. There's a couple of positives there for him. There's an amazing award coming out of that same race, and Jubilant Winner there on the minor line. So 3, 2, 5 and 9. That's the first leg of the 6-up race number 4. Someone was very well rewarded with the 6-up on Sunday at Sharton, so it could be your opportunity here in the first leg. The St George's Challenge Cup is the trophy event Wednesday night at Happy Valley, and here's the lineup for the Class 3 1,000 metre race with Youthful Spirits freshened since his last start. Pulled Up Aurora also had blood in the track here. Season's winner last start, winner up £6. Superb Capitalist trying the course and distance for the first time. The hood is off. Eternal Fortunes only won 1,200 metres. Sports Legend never been in the top 4 course and distance. Healthy. Now Nerja is lining up for his first start. He was a maiden 3-year-old winner at New Plymouth in New Zealand. 1,000 Spirit raced as another dumpling win, winning at Mornington. Parents Love, Golden Rise, Skycap eligible for Class 4. Likewise, watch this one. Plenty of pace here. I think Youthful Spirits is going to have to work to get across, but we know how quick he is out of the gate, so he will eventually get there. Look, Parents Love is another one that's super quick. Superb Capitalist can be quick away, and he's drawn the inside of a lot of them. Eternal Fortune likes to go forward. Skycap, 1,000 Spirit, he's gone forward in his trials. Sports Legend, Season's Wit can just let the race unfold with Healthy. Watch this one. And Golden Rise, I think, is going to have to go all the way to the back. Let's first of all look at the winning form here of Season's Wit, and it's been a long time between drinks for this horse, but got the right sort of circumstances last time out. Pulled to hold out Eternal Fortune, Parents Love and Healthy. 5 times a course and distance winner. I think he's still in with this with a shout. Yeah, I like him because when he did win his race, he did rack them in a row. He won about 3 in a row, so he can hold his form. He's at a 74 rating, and the last of those wins was off an 86 rating. He's drawn barrier 1, and there's a lot of pace in this race, so he's got something to aim at. Yep, he certainly does. So Youthful Spirits is some of that pace in the race now. He pulled up with that issue last time out, blood in the track here at Aurora. Mark Newnham said he was going to freshen him. He did. 63 days now between runs. Watch this one, Season's Wit, Eternal Fortune. He'll give you a sight, but doesn't often hold on. No, look, I had him in originally, and then I rethought it. I thought about that roaring condition that he has got. I mean, he could easily hang on for a place. There's no question about that. But from barrier 10, with like a horse like Parents Love in the race, he's just going to have to work early. Outside of that, Sports Legend, our final replay here for Danny Schumann, Matthew Pern. Big concern has to be surely the trip for him. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't have any of these 3 that are in. Skycap, I prefer him down a grade. As I've watched this one, they're both horses that are sort of at the bottom of the grade at this in this race. And the course and distance for Sports Legend doesn't look too good for him either. So, yeah, none of these 3 made it in for me. He was beaten favourite here as well. Danny Shum, Matthew Poon drawn at barrier number 2. Quick comment, the 2 first starters, Nerja and 1,000 Spirit. Look, happy to watch both of them. 1,000 Spirit from barrier number 12, that was his problem. Nerja as well. Just had the 2 trials. Of the 2, I'd probably prefer 1,000 Spirit. Okay. Selections. Yep, going to go with Season's winner, and still a really well-rated horse who's now found form. Parents Love can give you a really good sight on the pace.
Superb Capitalist, now he's coming to this course in distance, but he has drawn barrier number 3. His last win was of 86 as well, and he's down to a 74 rating. So from that barrier, he's going to get every chance. And Healthy, I think he can run on strongly from his barrier 8. Another one that can sit off the pace, 2936.
That's the first leg of the Triple Trio. It's been tough to get in recent weeks, and it's the St George's Challenge Cup. We've seen the second section and the third section of the Hereford Handicap. It's now time to look at the first section again. Class 4 at its 1,200 metres with mega bonus, the last start winner, but he's got 13 extra pounds to carry here. Jimmy Orman rides. Never Too Soon, hasn't won for a while. Lahore's coming to Happy Valley for the first time, has trialled here. Amazing Kid beat one rival home on debut. Conrad the Great was a $750,000 New Zealand ready-to-run purchase. Bit Superstar, a last start winner. You've got Honest Witness, Savvy Twinkle, Cheek Pieces Off, Always My Folks, Exceed the Wish, Flying a Kid's Done Little, Good Prospect off a rating of 44. Didn't enjoy the track conditions last start. Thought it looked a tough task for Mega Bonus here with the extra weight. He has won with a big weight, but it's a lot extra than he carried last start. Yeah, he's going to find it difficult, no questions. But Superstar put himself on the pace when he won last time. Savvy Twinkle should get a really good run from a low draw. He's drawn barrier 2. Always My Folks, again, that wide draw is going to make it tricky for him with Honest Witness drawn wide. Lahore, I think he can slot in their midfield. Conrad the Great on debut from barrier 4. He's been slow away in a couple of his trials. And then Exceed the Wish did run on and catch the eye at his last start. And Good Prospect, when he draws wide, he goes back. Let's hear now from Karis Teaton. He is riding Always My Folks. This horse put up a tough performance last time out. He spoke to Nick on Tuesday morning at the track.
Karis Teaton, Always My Folks is a ride for you in race 6 on Wednesday night. I know you've only ridden him just the once, but it was a good run last time.
Yeah, Nick, he's a nice little horse. I thought last time he did it a hard way, and he's still running a very good race.
He's only had a couple of runs here at Happy Valley. It seems to have been the making of him a bit, Karis, doesn't it? Just on the form that he's shown. He's really sort of taken it to a new level here.
Yeah, he's enjoying the track. I think his performance has been good there. So looking forward to riding him again.
He's taking on the Bit Superstar again there, and obviously he's got form tied around him. It's a handy little race, I suppose, with a horse like Lahore in the field as well. But with this fellow, do you feel he's still improving? Yeah, I've worked him after his last run. I feel like he's improved since then. The draw is kind of just make it a bit awkward again, but I know him a bit more now, so I think it's going to be competitive.
Karis Teaton on Always My Folks there. As we move to Mega Bonus, he's got all that extra weight to carry. Probably folly to dismiss the 6-time winner course and distance, Paul, but it's a big weight rise for sure. Yeah, I didn't include him for that reason. I just think he's going to do it tough with that extra weight. He's drawn 6 though, so he should be able to get to the front without too many problems. And Good Prospect, look, he didn't get much room down the straight, but barrier 12 makes it difficult for him as well. So neither of these go. He's 16 pounds better off with the winner too, is a Good Prospect, but didn't enjoy the track conditions there. Good to yielding last at time out. On we go to a recent race from Lahore, who's coming to Happy Valley for the first time. Zach Pert and Jamie Richards from barrier number 8. Thought he stayed on here well enough behind Chevelle Valiant, who was the jump and run horse. Yeah, look, all 3 runs have been pretty good down the straight 1,000. He has trialled at Happy Valley, so he's had a look around the valley, which is a good thing. Barrier 8, I think he can sort of slot in their midfield, and he wasn't far away from Parents Love, who's going to run an earlier race, and has a good chance in that, a lot higher in grade. So I think he's a good chance coming here. OK, he's one of 2 horses coming to Happy Valley for the first time in this race, the other being Honest Witness. Paul, selections? We'll put him in, Lahore on top. I think he can make a winning debut here at the Valley. Now, I'm going to put one at a big price and Exceed the Wish. He did catch the eye finishing off strongly at his last start. He should be a double-figure price. Savvy Twinkle from barrier 2 can get that perfect run, and we'll put Honest Witness in. Another one coming to the Valley for the first time. Again, he's only had the 3 starts. Has trialled well in the past, has Honest Witness with Hugh Bowman aboard. 3-10-8-7. Paul siding it with Lahore, who is coming to Happy Valley for the first time. He's on top for race number 6. Race 7 is Class 4, 1650. It's the Lancashire Handicap, and here's the lineup for the first leg of the late treble races 7, 8 and 9 with Supreme Agility. He's been disappointing since arriving here off a rating of 78. Capital Legend is up £13 on that last win. Wrote a New Page only up 3. Can't Go Wong for Frankie at all, better from him last start. Satanta did win at this meeting last year off a rating of 56. He's 2 points lower than that. Amazing Gaze is on debut, a son of Rote, and you've got California Moxie, who's won his last 2. Floof, To Infinity. Zeta Force comes into with us after being withdrawn on the 11th of June. Substantial blood in the trachea, also inappetence. Chill Master and Jumbo Fortune. The speed here, Paul, not many pace influences to be fair.
No, Flew from barrier 1 led last start. Amazing Gaze is showing a bit of early speed in his trials. I think he'll go forward. Zeta Force can put himself right there. Was scratched at his last start with inappetence. Capital Legends up in weight. Wrote a New Page. Supreme Agility. Chill Master's getting close to that class drop. Then we go California Moxie. Wouldn't be surprised to see a mid-race move from him because that's been a winning formula for this horse. And then back to Can't Go Wong. I think he'll go back to 1650.
Interview time next here with Harry Bentley, and he's going to touch on the chances this week of Wrote a New Page, the last start winner.
Harry, Wrote a New Page is a horse who's seemingly getting the hang of things now. He's only coming up for start 7, but last time out he was very good.
He was. He battled it out, and I thought won with a little bit in hand.
It's only his second run around here, so he clearly handled or enjoyed coming to Happy Valley at the very least.
Yeah, I think he did. I didn't think there was too much concern that he would handle the track going into that race. But yeah, I was very happy with the way he handled the track.
That was the meeting, Harry, where we had a bit of rain. It was good to yielding, but he certainly goes on any sort of surface, doesn't he? I mean, he's got good place form on quicker ground as well.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think ground has much of a bearing on him. He's pretty versatile on whichever surface I've ridden him on.
Form's been franked as well. He takes on Capital Legend again. Obviously, he ran second to him. He's come out and won since. So, all in all, I mean, his form looks pretty good as well coming into this.
Yeah, it does. I think that the form, as you say, he's meeting a couple of horses that he ran against last time, and yeah, slightly different at the weights. But you know, I think he's a horse that's, as you mentioned, he's lightly raced still. He's got some improvement there, and yeah, hopefully he's got a bit of margin left in him.
And to some degree, Harry, he's got a similar sort of profile to a horse like Flying Fortress, who was good on the weekend. Just a line on him. I mean, that was a good race, and it was a good win.
It was a really good race. I thought there was a bit of depth in the field, and he needed to be at his best to be winning, and he certainly gave me the best feel that he's given me. And I thought coming to Shartin at 1400 was a really good move, and I think he's won with a little bit in hand. So he's a horse that is still progressing, and hopefully there's more to come.
Yes, he was able to rock up at the weekend at 32-1 at knockout odds in the last was Flying Fortress. We move on and have a look at Capital Legend. He's the last start winner, up a fair bit in weight here, Paul, because Alice Wong was on board last start, claiming £7 to defeat Sterling Wong Choi. Once he got clear from being held up on the turn, he really dashed strongly. I think that might be Shearing in the background there too.
Yeah, and he came out and won at big odds as well on Sunday. A good turn of foot, did win the race, but he did have something to aim at in this race because they went really quick early. So I'm going to watch him this time up and weight.
Okay, that's the verdict there on the Capital Legend. As we have a look at California Moxie, cheerleader of the fan club here of California Moxie's up £11. Can he take that next step here with a bigger weight? I
think he can. Look, he's been running the sectionals to suggest he can. They did try him over 2,200 metres and almost set a track record that day when he took off. I think they found the key to this horse. I mean, I started to get worried about him, actually, to be honest, that I'd jumped on the wrong tram. But I think I'm on the right tram now with him. He's won his last 2. And I think he can go on with it again. He sort of just found the winning groove, and he could be one of these horses that you could see get up into higher up into the top of Class 4.
Yeah, made that mid-race move last time out. That other horse in the red and white colours there was Figo Pumpkin, of course, stablemate or ownership mate anyway of Shearing. California Moxie?
Yep, California Moxie on top. We'll stick with him. Wrote a New Page, was a strong winner last start. Zeta Force, I think he can put himself right there. And Satanta did win at this race meeting last time. He's another one that doesn't win out of turn, but he's close to a winning mark, and he's drawn barrier number 6. 7-3, 10-5.
7, 3, 10 and 5, the selections for Paul, race number 7 on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. Race number 8 is the Renfrew Handicap, the penultimate event on Wednesday night's program. Class 3, 1650. Sky Trust consistent at the top, drawn barrier 11. A Emeritus Spexo's a two-time course and distance winner. Aestheticism, Andrea Razzini from 7. Outgate may be the only leader in the race from barrier 12. Hammer on unlucky last start. Romantic Lau's been a little out of sorts. Harmony Galaxy, a two-time winner at 1,800 metres. Stella Swift with a low draw. You've got Oceana there. Kalachi with the tongue tie going on. Kalachi, Sturdy Ruby, cheek pieces off and the blinkers on for the first time. Another Zonda off a rating of 61 up to 1650. Is he the only leader out gate?
It looks that way. It depends what they want to do with Sky Trust, because he can go forward and they might look at the race on paper with no sort of lead, or sort of no pace in the race and go forward with Sky Trust. But he has drawn 11 and has to carry 133, so they might hold him up. They did hold him up last time. Another Zonda, Stella Swift can get into a good position. Sturdy Ruby's drawn barrier 1. Aussie Honour has just had the one start here in Hong Kong as well. Romantic Lau, midfield. Harmony Galaxy back in trip. Hammer on, Athleticism. A Emeritus Spexo likes to get back in. Kalachi's been a bit disappointing. He's likely to go back as well. But yeah, I thought Alke could get a cheap lead here. And it's a rare occasion for him because he's been taken on in most of his starts.
Certainly has been, and Angus Chung closing in on 100 Hong Kong winners. Let's hear from Pierre Ung. He is the trainer of Aestheticism.
Pierre Ung, race 8, you're going to saddle Aestheticism. He's becoming a bit of a regular around Happy Valley and looks to be holding his form quite nicely.
Yes, he's been running very consistent, and last time Andrea rode him first time and he's finished third, and hopefully this time we can get better results.
He's £7 higher than his last win, which was around here, course and distance, Pierre. I mean, how much more is there to come? I mean, I guess when you're sort of that bit higher than his last win, it makes it a bit trickier, but that run last time suggested he could go close again.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind on the rating or the weight. He's been doing very well in Happy Valley as well. So he just needs the right one, right pacing, and he'll finish off very good.
I mean, you can tell me a bit more being his trainer, but I mean, on paper, it looks like you found a nice race for him. I mean, the one or two in here, perhaps with questions to answer, but your horse at least comes into the race in really good nick, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He runs his race very well every time. He wouldn't lose by far. And so hopefully he hit the front. As you know, he sometimes he just runs his race, but he's not good enough to win.
And nice to have Andrea on. I mean, you and he have had a pretty fruitful campaign this season. 11 wins, I think it is, from nearly 90 rides together. I mean, I imagine that's a combination we'll see a bit more of going into next season as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. He rides a lightweight, which is more advantage for us as well. So hopefully we're looking for a better season next season.
What's your assessment of your season, Pierre? I mean, you're one away from 40. How have you sort of assessed this season as far as it's gone?
This season has been a little bit quiet for us. Obviously, last season was great, brilliant, and we're just waiting for the horses to change over and bring up the strength next season.
There is Pierre Ung. Of course, the stable this season have had 39 winners, so closing in on 40. Let's move on to have a look here at Sky Trust, Romantic Lau and Harmony Galaxy. Quickly on Harmony Galaxy, had a nice run round here this night, but would prefer him at the 1800.
Yeah, 1800 looks good with a fast pace. I don't think he's going to get either of those here. Sky Trust worries me from the wide draw, where he's going to go. If they do go forward, they might have to work in the early stages. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if they did go forward, but I think his best chance is probably to save him late. But look, they didn't go in for me for those reasons.
Stella Swift, he's drawn low in barrier 2 for Hugh Bowman and David Hayes. Has he got an opportunity to maybe sit that bit closer? I
think he has. I can reckon he can get just in behind the lead with no pace in the race. Drawn barrier number 2. He's been a real consistent horse. Did win here off a 59 rating. In Class 4, he's been up here in Class 3. He's been placed a few times. As far as a win line goes, he's a 15-start maiden, but he's had 4 placings. So he's one you could entertain on with a cosy run, which I think you could get on a minor line.
And that could be behind this horse here, who looks like he should lead in this race. Outgate was just behind the top two here in this barrier trial. One of them was Happy Fat Cat. I think the other one, Magnificent Nine. They're up on the outside and just stalked them in this barrier trial.
I thought it was a good trial from him. He is better from the front, this horse, there's no question. And he's just struggled to get there because there's been horses with superior pace in the race. But if he can just roll along in front, he's so well rated now, this horse, Outgate. It all depends what sort of lead he gets, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him improve, Outgate. No, I think the trip up to Chungfa has actually done him well.
Okay, he's a two-time course and distance winner, has placed second on 2 occasions as well from those 9 runs. He's on top?
We'll put him on top because I think he'll be a price. He should be a price, Outgate, but I just think this could be a race run to suit and he could sneak away with it. Stella Swift in there for second, Sturdy Ruby from barrier number 1, and another Rezondo. Now, he's got the lightweight as well. He's getting close to a class drop, but with the lightweight, I think he could run a cheeky race there. 4, 8, 11 and 12.
The first leg of the 4th double trio kicks off at 15 minutes past 10 o'clock. The last is the Selkirk Handicap, and it's a Class 3 race over 1,200 metres with Storm Rider at the top of the order here. Decisive winner last start, up £6 to carry top weight here of 135. Happy Fat Cat handed up the lead last time out. Power Kept, Mark Newnham's done a great job with him from 4 starts, producing 2 wins. Charming Legend, Kairos Dragon. Triumphant Moore covered ground last start. Dragon Forces has won 3 of his last 4. Surcharge is coming into this off a second at the trials after his debut run. Eason off the all-weather. Storming Dragon drawn wide. Young Arrow raced wide, still 1. Everstar drawn barrier 5 for Harry Bentley and Mi Choi. Pace here. I was surprised Happy Fat Cat handed up last start because he actually jumped well, but they handed up for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it this time. He's a horse that races best when he's left alone in front. I think that's what he can do in this race because he has got that really good turn of foot out of the gates. Triumphant Moore can go forward. He's led in slow sectionals and sprinted off the front before. Dragon Forces can get that lovely run just in behind. He's in good form. Storm Rider, he'll be looking for a cushy run as possible with a big weight. Power Cap. Everstar's been wide in his last 3 starts. He'll be looking for a bit of luck in this one midfield. And then Kairos Dragon, Charming Legend and Storming Dragon from an outside draw will have to go all the way back.
It's interview time for the last on the card. Let's hear from David Hayes. He is the trainer of the last start winner, Storm Rider.
David Hayes, Storm Rider, runs in the last race, the Selkirk Handicap for you on Wednesday night. Now, David, he didn't just win last time, he absolutely vaulted up. That must have been quite pleasing.
Oh, it was great to watch. He'd had a string of really close seconds, loves the valley, and got it all together and won and got the 10 points. But I think he deserved it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, what did you win by in the end? 3.5 going away. You've always had a bit of a soft spot for this, or something. Every time I spoke to you about him, you've always sort of, you've liked him a lot.
Yes, he's got a pretty good record now. He's run in the first 3 most of his races. And I think next season we'll be able to stretch him out a little bit as well. I'd love to see him at a Valley Mile.
He's drawn gate number 1. Obviously, we know that's an ideal spot to be traditionally around the valley. So he's got plenty of favours coming into this to try and back up. Yeah,
look, he should get. He's got tactical speed. He loves the valley. I think his main dangers are up in the weights as well. So he's not giving a lot of weight to the horse, the hardest ones to beat. So I'd imagine he'd start close to favourite.
Yeah, I imagine he would do for sure. You've got Hugh Bowman going on as well.
Yes, Zach was committed, and this looked the ideal race for the horse. So I think he goes well for everyone. So from that barrier, I'd expect Hugh to give him the run of the race.
Just on that, actually, I wanted to ask you, obviously, you yourself are a Hall of Famer. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the youngest to be inducted. Zach, who has been riding this horse now into the Hall of Fame as well. Just a line on that, obviously, that must be a proud moment for him especially, but obviously for Australians in general.
Yeah, I think well deserved Zach getting it. Don't tell him I said that, but yeah, you really appreciate it more as time goes on. I was very young when I was inducted, and I thought it was wonderful, but I really do enjoy it now. And you're amongst some of your great peers, and that's a nice acknowledgement.
It certainly is. And talking of peers, actually, I wanted to ask you, obviously, is this title race done and dusted yet? You're 10 behind John's size. I'm guessing you're going to tell me it's not, but we are running out a little bit of time. Where'd you sit on that?
Oh, 1,000,000 to 1.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to run second. We've had a great season. John's had just a bit better season. Probably a little bit more depth, but I think we're going to be very competitive next season again. So if I can hang on and run second, I'll be very happy.
54 winners for the campaign there for David Hayes, and looking to maybe have another one here with the Storm Rider up in the handicaps. Let's have a look at the next of the key races here. We've got Dragon 4Cs, Everstar. Power kept making ground from the back. Eason has had a run on the all-weather since this, and a Happy Fat Cat here. Everstar, you sticking with him?
Yeah, I'm going to. Look, he's getting close to downgrade, so he'll be a good thing if he does get down into a grade. But he's just had no luck in his run, so I want to. If he gets beaten fair and square, then you put your hands up. But when he's sort of 3 wide all the way, it sort of doesn't. You know, you just want to get a good run, and so hopefully he gets a good run in this one. He's drawn a little bit awkwardly as well, so. We'll see what happens.
We'll have a look at his run here again, and he's slowly improved with each and every start. Of course, he got the win over Lucky Archangel, and he's only been beaten 1 3/4, 1 1/4 in his last couple of runs. It's just needs that economical run. He's not really had that in those last couple of efforts, has he?
No, he hasn't. And look, he was right in the fight here, and just sort of wasn't too far away. He's still running second at this stage, and just that run got to him, and of course there. So look, I think if he gets any sort of run, he can put himself right there. If not, he'll drop a grade, and then it'll be interesting downgraded.
Nordic Dragon, the winner of that race. As we highlight our last key race, it is Young Arrow here for the Hong Kong Jockey Club Racing Club Syndicate, and this horse here. A winner course and distance last time out, albeit in Class 4, coming up here with 119. But this was a tough effort, carried 134 wide the whole way, never gave it away at all.
No, he didn't. He's got to come up and do it into Class 3 now, which he hasn't been able to do in 11 starts. He's had 4 thirds, so look, he's sort of capable on a place line. It was a tough run there. Ex-Singapore was this one, so we'll see if how much that's taken out of him. I was just happy to watch him on Wednesday night.
We'll see if the form can be franked with My Day, My Way earlier on in the card. But tips for race 9, please.
Yeah, we'll go with Everstar. We'll stick with him with the lightweight and see if he can get his opportunity. Storm Rider's obviously the one to beat, and he's just got to carry the big weight. Dragon Force has been in great form this season. And then Storming Dragon, he's finished off strongly at his last couple of starts. We'll have to get back and run on. 12, 1, 7 and 10.
That is the race-by-race preview for Happy Valley coming up on Wednesday night. The first is at 6:40. You can join us for all of the coverage from 6:10 racing to win on the website. That is hkjc.com.